Good morning, dear students. So, we are going with the reading of chapter number 4, The Rattrap, written by Selma Lazaroff. And in this chapter, we have completed almost 80% part of this chapter. And today, we will finish the textual reading of this chapter. And in the story, we reached over there when the headmaster was unable to invite that person or to fetch that peddler to his home on the evening of Christmas, and his daughter Edla, due to her convincing power or friendly nature, was successful to bring him at their house. But what happens next morning, that was surprisable for the Iron Master and the daughter Edla. So now we were going with the conversation of the Iron Master as well as the peddler. The peddler was defining what the whole world is to the master and what it would be in coming days to him also. So, likewise, we were reading. Now, the daughter stood there quite embarrassed and hardly knew what to answer. We know it very well. The ironmaster was the peddler was about to leave the house, but suddenly the daughter closed the door, and then she was unable what to answer. That morning she had felt so happy when she thought that how homelike and Christmassy she was going to make things for the poor hungry wretch. This poor hungry wretch refers to the peddler. So in the morning she was happy that she would be able to feed him very good kind of food. Okay, and that would be satisfaction, the great level of satisfaction for the girl. She could not get away from the idea all at once, and that was why she had interceded for the vagabond. Interceded means to come in between of the matter to solve it out. So the girl came in between of the ironmaster and the peddler to sort out the issue. Issue of what? Issue of going out of the house. Then I am thinking of this stranger here, said the young girl. The girl said that I was thinking about all these things. He walks and walks the whole world a whole year ago. Okay, he means the peddler. He keeps on walking from one place to another place. That's why the writer Selman Lazaroff has used the word tramp. So he walks and walks the whole year long, and there is probably not a single place in the whole world, whole country where he is welcome. So it is good thing that throughout the world he keeps on walking, but nobody or no place welcomes him and can feel at home where he can feel or he could feel, you can say, good, feel at home. Wherever he turns, he is chased away. Always he is afraid of being arrested all the time because he is a petty thief. So once a year he does stealing. So that's why all the time he has a fear of being arrested and cross-examined, of cross questioning. I should like to have him enjoy a day of peace with us here. This is the saying of the girl. The girl wants that this peddler should stay with him at least for this Christmas evening, at least one day, just one in the whole year, just one in the whole year. Out of 365 days, at least one day, he must stay with them. This is the request of the girl. The ironmaster mumbled something in his beard. He expresses something. He could not bring himself to oppose her. Means the father himself could not oppose his daughter. It was all a mistake, of course. She continues. She accepts it was a mistake of that master. She knows it very well. But anyway, I don't think we ought to chase away a human being whom we have asked to come here and to whom we have promised Christmas cheer. So the girl says, although it was a mistake, but once we invite a person to share the company of that person with us, and later we cannot send him out of that particular house without enjoying or without celebration of the festival Christmas. You do preach worse than a person, said the headmaster. Now headmaster got angry, and in his anger he comments on the daughter also. You preach means you do talking about religious or spiritual thing more than that a person, more than that a priest. Okay. I only hope you won't have to regret this. The father agrees to the girl, but with one condition, that she will feel sorry for this decision to make him stay till the Christmas evening. The young girl took the stranger by the hand and led him up to the table. Now the girl took the peddler with his hand and bring him to the table for food. Now sit down and eat. The girl said that sit down and take a breakfast. She said, for she could see that her father had given in. Given in means the permission was given to her to make the peddler stay at least for this Christmas evening. The man with the red traps said not a word. He only sat down and helped himself to the food. He sat over there and keeps on eating the food. Time after time, the time goes on. He looked at the young girl who had interceded for him. Intercede, I told you, to come in between to sort out a problem. So that he thought, why had she done it? Now one question arises in his mind: why this girl came in between, and why did she do like that? What could the crazy idea be? So these two questions arise in his mind while taking food, and we know it very well that being a petty thief, he must have such questions to assess the girl as well to assess himself also somehow. After that, Christmas evening at Ramazzo passed just as it always had. Generally, it came and it came like that only. The stranger did not cause any trouble because he did nothing but sleep. Okay, after this conversation, what did he do? He just eat and sleep, and knowingly he does not want to create any trouble or problem for father and daughter both. The whole forenoon he lay on the sofa in one of the guest rooms and slept at one stretch. He slept in the guest room. At noon they woke him up so that he could have his share of the good Christmas fare. But after that he slept again. It seemed as though for many years he had not been able to sleep as quietly and safely as here at Ramasto. So, my dear children, after the agreement of staying the peddler in the house, in the manor house, in the ironmaster house with the girl till the Christmas evening, the peddler did not create any problem, and he keeps on eating and sleeping, eating and sleeping. It means that it looks like that he had not been able to sleep quietly as he was sleeping right now in the Ramaz ironwork. In the evening, when the Christmas tree was lighted, they woke him up again, and he stood for a while in the drawing room, blinking as though the candlelight hurt him. He was again sleeping. By the time of Christmas evening, the people woke him up, okay, and offered him food. Then, But after that, he disappeared again. 2 hours later, he was aroused once more. He then had to go down into the dining room and eat the Christmas fish and porridge. This was the dish that he enjoyed by the late Christmas evening. Then, as soon as they got up from the table, he went around to each one present and said thank you and good night to everybody, those who were present there. But when he came in the young girl, she gave him to understand that it was her father's intention that the suit which he wore was to be a present, to be Christmas present. When he came to girl, the girl told him that the suit he was wearing is a Christmas present or gift. Okay, Christmas gift to him by the ironmaster or by her father. He did not have to return it, and if he wanted to spend next Christmas Eve in a place where he could rest in peace and be sure that no evil would befall him, he would be welcomed back again. See, these 3 4 lines tell us that the girl intentionally invites the peddler for next Christmas evening also, if condition is if there would be no evil would befall him, if there would be no social or any evil befall him. The man with the red trap did not answer anything to this. The man with the red trap did not answer to the girl. He only stared at the young girl, he in boundless amazement. Amazement means surprise. He was so surprised to listen the word because he knows it very well by which kind of situation he went through. And again, the girl is inviting him for the next Christmas evening. Then, the next morning, the ironmaster and his daughter got up in good season to go to early church for early services, means for prayer and all these things. Next morning means 26th December. Their guest was still asleep and they did not disturb him. The peddler was sleeping when at about 10 o'clock, means early morning, 10 o'clock, they drove back from the church. The young girl sat and hung her head even more, means the father and daughter they went to church for prayer. And what happens next? See, dejected than usual. At church, she had learned that one of the old crofter of the ironworks had been robbed. There was a news at church that one of the old crofter was robbed by a man who went around selling red traps. Who was selling what? Red traps. Yes, that was a fine fellow. You let into the house, means said her father. The father said, yes, that was a fine fellow. See, means the ironmaster comments on the decision of the girl. You let into the house, and I only wondered how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard by this time. Now, the ironmaster thinks about the silver spoons which were kept in the cupboard. As per understanding of ironmaster, the silver spoon can be stolen anytime by the guest or the peddler. Okay, so at this news they heard at church. Now see what next happens. The car had hardly stopped at the front steps when the ironmaster asked the valet means servant, whether the stranger was still there at, at the gate. The ironmaster inquired whether the stranger still there in the house or has gone. He added that he had heard at church that the man was a thief, and my ironmaster also tells him that he heard this news at the church that this person was a thief. The valet answered, what? The fellow had gone, means the peddler has gone, and that he had not taken anything with him at all, means he had gone, but he was empty handed. On the contrary, he had left behind a little package which Miss Wilmanson was to be kind enough to accept as a Christmas present, as a Christmas gift. And he tells that he had taken nothing with him, but he had left a Christmas gift for Edla Wilmanson. The young girl opened the package, fine, which was so badly done up that the content came into view at once. She gave a little cry of joy. She was happy. She found a small red trap, and in it lay three wrinkled 10 kroner notes. She found a red trap, and in the red trap, three wrinkled 10 kroners, means 30 kroners. But that was not all. In the Rattrap lay also a letter written in large jagged characters, means in poor writing. One letter was also there. So there were three things for the girl. One, the Rattrap itself. Second, 30 kroner money, and a letter. Now, by the end of the chapter, we have the content of the chapter of the letter. Let's see. Honored and noble Miss. This is a salutation of the letter. Since you have been so nice to me all day long, means you give me all kind of things, whatever I required, or you were so nice with me, as if, as if she suppose I was a captain. Means the daughter and ironmaster, they thought him to be a captain, but in reality, the peddler was not a captain. I want to be nice to you. The girl was nice to the peddler, and in return, the peddler also wants to be nice to her, as if I was a real captain. See, as if and as if, both they are the supposition condition. For I do not want you to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief. And the peddler writes that I do not want to make you sad on this Christmas evening from a thief, but you can give back the money to the old man on the roadside. And he tells in this letter, please give this money, 30 crore money, to the person who lives on the roadside, who has the money pouch hanging on the wall frame as a bait for poor wanderers. And tell him that no need to keep this money on the windowsill to make a bait, to make an attraction for the poor wanderer like him. The rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat, and he tells him this rat trap, which the girl was having in his house, in her house, was a Christmas gift from a rat. Who is that here? The peddler, who would have been caught in this world's rat trap, who was caught in the rat trap of this world, if he had not been raised to captain, if he was not supposed to be captain, because in that way he got power to clear himself. By this way, he got an opportunity to clarify all kind of doubts regarding his personality or regarding his identification. Written with friendship and high regards. This is the subscription of the letter. Written with friendship with high regards, Captain Von Stale. Now the question arises, was he real Captain Von Stale? No. He wrote this name by the ending of the letter just to make them happy that really he was a Captain Von Stale. He does not want to break out the confidence and the trust of Ironmaster as well as the girl Adela will mention. That's why knowingly he put his signature as Captain Von Stale. So, dear children, this is the reading of the chapter number 4. It's over now, and I will be posting you the question answer as well as the extra one also to you. Till then, do reading, take care, and goodbye. Thank you.